Good evening. The stage is set for Scotland's crucial Euros match against Switzerland in Cologne this evening. An estimated 60,000 Scotland supporters have travelled to the city in the hope of seeing their team redeem themselves after a 5-1 thrashing by Germany in the tournament opener. There is just 45 minutes to kick off. Here's our sports news correspondent Chris McLaughlin.
Game day 2 of Scotland's Euros journey. For days they've partied in spite of what happened last week. Now, attention turns to tonight and what could be a defining game.
I mean, we're Scottish supporters, we're used to disappointment, but Friday was right down there. But you're seeing the atmosphere here, it's good, everyone's getting upbeat again, and I think we can get a result, a draw.
We've got to win, just got to come out of the blocks. That's it, just got to get out of the blocks fast, get at them, get in about, proper old Scotland team.
Quite optimistic, draw, hopefully maybe a 1-0, 2-0 win.
Win? A win.
3-1 to Scotland.
Where's that optimism coming from?
So after the last
Their support was never in doubt. Germany has welcomed scenes like these across her cities. Today's march on the stadium, another colourful show of strength and a reminder that they believe turnaround is possible. But Friday in Munich is still raw. Most expected defeat, few expected such a dismal performance. Today on their usual game day walk in Cologne, the squad had a lot to contemplate. They know tonight could turn things around.
I think obviously we have to play better. We face a difficult opponent and a good team in Switzerland. They had a really good start themselves, so they'll feel good about it. We don't feel so good about ourselves, so time to put it right.
Look, it's a fantastic tournament to play in. We've worked so hard to get here and we want to enjoy it as much as we can, but the only way by doing that is by playing the football that we believe that we can play. And we didn't do that Friday night, and now we've got 2 more chances to do that to try and stay in this tournament.
Tonight's opposition started with a win. They have every reason to be confident. What do you think the score will be tonight?
The score would be 3-1 for Switzerland, I think.
Good team, good spirit in the team, and good fans. All you need.
So much has been made about the thousands of Scots on this Euros journey to Germany. The partying, the dancing, the mixing with locals. But we can't forget they're desperate to see their side win and progress. The Tartan Army have been on form out here, even if the side so far haven't been. If that doesn't change tonight, the party could be over. Chris McLaughlin reporting Scotland in Cologne.
Well, let's go straight to the stadium in Cologne and Lewis Irons. Lewis, it's filling up there, not long to go. How's the atmosphere?
Well, it's quite a brilliant atmosphere here already. Good evening indeed from the Cologne Stadium, where Scotland's Euro 2024 journey reaches a crucial juncture after that opening day defeat to Germany 5-1. It is quite simple here, defeat, and it could spell the end of the road. Anything else in the journey could be back on track. The players have just come out onto the pitch to warm up. The fans are really packing in, and we've got some team news to bring you immediately too. 2 changes Steve Clarke has made to the team from that opening day defeat. Billy Gilmore is one of the players who comes in. He replaces Ryan Christie, who drops to the bench, and Grant Hanley comes into the defence for the suspended Ryan Porteous. Regardless of the number of changes or the number of fans in the stadium, everybody knows that this night is hugely crucial. It's going to be absolutely pivotal for Euro 2024 success, however that looks for Scotland. And our sports news correspondent Chris McLaughlin gave that report. He showed the scenario with the fans building up, and quite simply, Laura, you can sense it in here too. It is getting really, really intense.
Yeah, you can sense it all the way back here as well. But Lewis, a lot of viewers might have just watched that match between Germany and Hungary. How significant is that score there?
Well, it is significant, isn't it? It probably paints a bit of a picture of what sort of team Hungary are. Germany humbled Scotland. Hungary, a 2-0 defeat doesn't look too bad for them. However, it does mean that Hungary are still rooted on 0 points as well. So Scotland know if it goes their way, if they get a result here, it could be in their hands, Laura. And that is the focus for the players, for the fans. Everyone in here knows it's vital. Will it be victorious? That is the question.
Well, let's hope so, Lewis. Enjoy the match. Thank you. Well, just as the stadium is filling up in Germany, so too are the bars and fan areas here at home. Katrina Renton is in Glasgow for us tonight. Katrina, what's the mood like there with you then?
Well, you can hear and you can feel the mood here. We're in the Merchant City in a fan zone here, and it's been filling up all afternoon with fans. Like typical Scotland fans, we've picked ourselves up, dusted ourselves down, and we're ready to go again. And I'm joined by Thomas. Thomas, you're from Paisley. Tell me your hopes for tonight.
For Scotland, get behind the boys, get a result. Just do us proud, boys. Do us proud. Friday night, Friday's behind us. What's in the past is in the past. We look forward.
Thomas has come all the way from Paisley, but Anne-Christine has come all the way from Frankfurt. AK, tell us why you're supporting Scotland tonight.
Yeah, we're supporting Scotland. It was such a big coincidence for us because we booked our trip and then we just saw the Euros are at the same time, and then Scotland and Germany in one group. We were so excited about that, and now that the match Germany-Scotland is off the table, we're obviously rooting for the Scots, and we're happy to be here tonight.
Brilliant. And you've got a song for us, so let's take it away and compete with Paolo Nutini.
Oh, Scotland, no party! No, Scotland, no party! No, Scotland, no party!
We've been practicing that for ages, Laura, and really good luck to the team tonight. We're rooting for you.
Absolutely, Katrina, enjoy the match, thank you. OK, let's go to Andrew Thompson, who is in Inverness for us. Nerves building there too, I imagine, Andrew?
It certainly is. Things are heating up here at the Inverness Ice Centre. This is normally an ice rink. The ice is gone though, and it's been turned into a fan zone for tonight. Now, back on Friday, this place was absolutely buzzing. We had 700 people in here. Things were absolutely at capacity. It's not quite as busy tonight. We've got a few less people, maybe about 400 folk in, but as you can hear, there's a lot of excitement going. And yeah, everyone's really excited about tonight's match. You know, we've even got some folk come from Gairloch on the west coast to be here tonight. And yeah, that's a long journey. That's a 150-mile round trip. So, you know, a lot of commitment. People not undaunted by that result against Germany. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. The fans here, this is normally an icy surface here tonight. But, you know, the fans here will be hoping that there's going to be a more sure-footed performance from Scotland this evening and no slip-ups against the Swiss.
Indeed, here. Thank you very much, Andrew in Inverness. OK, to other news. And the SNP launched their election manifesto in Edinburgh this morning, with John Swinney promising to oppose austerity, lobby for extra NHS funding and evaluate new oil and gas drilling on a case-by-case basis. The SNP leader also insisted that returning a majority of SNP MPs in Scotland would empower new independence talks. Here's our political correspondent, David Wallace-Lockhart.
Candidates gathered this morning to get their first glimpse of the SNP manifesto. The party leader outlined the message they'll take to the doorstep.
We are a moderate left-of-centre party in the mainstream of Scottish public opinion, firmly rooted in the ideas of inclusion and internationalism.
So let's talk manifesto specifics. They want increased UK government funding for the Scottish NHS, an end to the two-child benefit cap, and any new oil drilling to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. And of course, there's independence.
What SNP politicians have spilled out of the hall, they're proudly brandishing their party's manifesto. Page 1, line 1, vote SNP for Scotland to become independent. But how would they deliver that?
A question for the party leader.
I think the best way and the most secure way for everyone to have their say on the question of independence is for there to be a referendum on the subject, and a way of intensifying the pressure to make that happen is to vote for the Scottish National Party in this election.
Is the SNP softening its stance on new drilling for oil and gas?
The SNP is taking a rational approach to new oil and gas. Currently we've got a Prime Minister who wants to authorise, without any testing, 100 new oil and gas licences. I think that's completely irresponsible.
If hundreds is irresponsible, what's responsible?
Well, what will be responsible is the product of any climate compatibility assessment. That's what's responsible, and I can't put a number on that because that would just be to take an arbitrary approach about this whole issue.
The SNP won't form the UK government, so how can they make policy a reality?
We've got to make sure that the SNP is in the House of Commons in sufficient numbers to affect those policy changes and those policy developments
How would they do
in
that?
the United Kingdom. Well, they could do it by applying and intensifying the pressure on the Labour Party about the two-child limit, because it's a scandal.
It'll be tough for the SNP to avoid election losses, but they now have the policies they'll fight on. David Wallace-Lockhart, reporting Scotland, Edinburgh.
Labour has suspended one of its candidates over social media posts casting doubt on Russia's role in the Salisbury poisonings and downplaying allegations of anti-Semitism in the party. Andy Brown was standing in the Aberdeenshire North and Murray East seat, but the Scottish leader, Anas Sarwar, says his behaviour didn't meet the standards the party expects. Our political correspondent Kirsten Campbell reports.
Andy Brown's been a Labour candidate for Westminster, Holyrood and council elections, but now he's been suspended by the party, pending an investigation into social media posts he claims to have been unaware of.
I don't even recognise them at all. No, I don't. Honestly, I can assure you I don't recognise them at all.
6 years ago, his Facebook page shared links to articles claiming the toxin used in the Salisbury poisonings wasn't produced in Russia, and another about right-wing Jews in the Labour Party. He feels he's been hung out to dry.
These comments attributed to me are not me. I've never said these things, and everyone who knows me in Bankery, in fact who knows me across the United Kingdom in places, will know I would never say these things.
The Scottish Labour leader Anas Sarwar stands by the decision.
When new information comes to light and it is behaviour that we believe falls below the standards we expect from all our candidates and people that we hope will become representatives of their local communities and the Labour Party, then we have to take swift action. And no one can doubt how swiftly we take action in this case.
Andy Brown may have been disowned by his party, but he'll remain on the ballot paper in Aberdeenshire North and Murray East. It's too late to change that now. But in truth, Labour was never expecting victory in a constituency where, notionally at least, they polled just 4% at the last election. Kirsten Campbell, reporting Scotland.
And you can see a full list of the candidates standing in that constituency here, while further information on all constituencies is available on the BBC News website. In other election news, the Scottish Family Party has launched its election manifesto. The party's policies centre on promoting marriage and family life, as well as opposing abortion and assisting dying.
Our key emphases, as ever, are pro-family policy. We want to encourage family life, strengthen family life, stable family life, and to help parents. And another key area for us is life. We think all life matters, from conception to natural death. So we want to stand up for the vulnerable, including the unborn.
OK, now Christopher has the weather. How's it looking?
It's warming up, Laura. Thanks very much indeed. Very good evening to you. We had some lovely sunshine in some parts of the country today, 21 degrees in some areas of Aberdeenshire. Thicker cloud across the northwest. That's still with us overnight tonight, working its way southwards, but it's running into high pressure, so any rain on it fading away. Temperatures here in towns and cities, 7 to 11 Celsius. Still windy around the north coast and across the Northern Isles. To tomorrow, and it's a dry start. For many, it's a cloudy start, but the sunshine will be breaking through, certainly across the north of the mainland and the south as well, and a few bright spells developing through the course of the afternoon. At the same time, though, areas of thicker cloud moving in from the southwest, so there will be some fairly stubborn areas of cloud at times through central Scotland, the odd shower here as well. In the strong, prolonged June sunshine around the Moray Firth, 19 to 21 Celsius is possible. There's some lovely sunshine across the northwest too, but a little more cloud across Shetland. Tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, rain pushing its way up the west coast as well. That takes us towards Friday, and you can see we've got this system here, and we're in between the warm front and the cold front, so warm sector conditions. A fair amount of cloud around, some showery outbreaks of rain at times too, but the wind's coming in from the south, so it's not cold. Temperatures easily high teens, maybe low 20s, and when the sun breaks through, it really will feel quite warm indeed. Looking ahead towards the weekend, high pressure beginning to work its way in, building and sticking with us into next week too. So drier, brighter, warmer. And you can see that on the outlook. Yes, a few showers perhaps at times, but watch the days, watch the numbers, up to perhaps the low to mid-20s at times with some strong sunshine. That's the forecast for now, Laura.
Thank you, Chris. Well, that's it for now. The match build-up is on right after this. We will see you on the other side, but I might just leave you with this thought. Almost exactly 28 years ago, on this 18th of June 1996, Scotland played Switzerland at the Euros, and the score, 1-0 to Scotland. An omen? Who knows? But we're about to find out. Good night.